Hey, what's up everybody? Haskyns here with another awesome build tutorial for you today. I'm going to show you every step of the way on how to build this amazing Shogun Garden that I designed recently. Now, this is such a chill spot. It's got seating, plenty of room for all those seeds you're collecting on your adventures, and it looks absolutely amazing at night. Check this thing out. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. You landed in a great spot for awesome LEGO Fortnite build content. I put out videos every single week, so if you're interested in seeing more from me, make sure you like the video and subscribe with notifications on. Okay, so for the first step of this build, we're going to make our way on over to supports, and we're going to grab this palatial pillar 2. Now, it has this little kind of wing thing that's hanging off to the side. The first one we're going to want to put down is just going to be moving off to the left, like you can see there. And then we're going to go back into the supports for the palatial support, the 2x16x2. And we're going to put 4 of these across as our front top beam. And now once we have those in, we're simply just going to make our way back to the opposite side of this palatial pillar, which is going to have that little hang off piece hanging off to the right. Now, sometimes snapping these in can be quite difficult, so just mess around with it a bit and move your character around, and you'll eventually be able to get it. Next, we're going to stick with the 2x16x2 palatial support, and we're just going to get this one lined up going the other direction. Now, in some cases, this can be a little bit tricky. Again, just be patient. You'll eventually be able to line it up. The goal here is to have it basically connect to the other piece, and we're going to do 3 of these across, just like that. Now we're going to take another one of the palatial pillars that we've used in the front, and we're just going to snap one of these right on the underneath side of this beam. Now, the thing here is making sure that you're using the right direction. So in this case, this one will be facing to the left, and we're going to move over to the other side. Now, at this point, we're moving back up to the front left corner, which was the first pillar that we put down, and we're going to start to connect these 2x16x2 pillars again, moving towards the back. We're going to connect 3 of these together just like that, and now we're going to add our last pillar, which is going to be the one facing the right direction, and we're just going to snap it up onto the bottom just like that. Now at this point, we're ready to finish our top beams, so we're going to go back to our supports for the 2x16x2, and we're going to snap these in across the top, again joining with the existing beams that we've already put down. So we're going to do 3 of these across, and now at this point we're going to move to the smaller, which is the 2x12x2, to snap that in and complete our top beams. Now, one small thing you can do now is go around and check your beams to make sure they're into the ground. In this case, I'm on uneven ground, so I just took a palatial pillar 1 and snapped it in. You can do that on any beams that are kind of popping up and sticking out in the air. Now that our actual post and frame is down, we can go ahead and start putting on the roof pieces. Now we're going to use this Kawara hip in all 4 corners. Now the important thing to note here is that you want it exactly spaced like I have it there. Now in this next shot here, you'll see I have it snapped directly into the corner, and then I'm nudging it to where those little brown pieces underneath, you can see an entire Lego block just like this. Make sure all 4 of your corners are going to look like that. And also, if you're new to this game, you're going to need to upgrade your Frostlands village to unlock these pieces. Next, we're going to be applying the front and rear roof pieces, so the pattern in the front is going to be exactly the same as the back. We're going to go back to our roof pieces where we're going to grab this Kawara roof 2. And we're just simply going to snap in 3 of these on the left side, and then we're also going to snap 3 more on the right side. And now right in the center here, we're going to grab this Kawara roof 4, and we're going to snap this right up the middle. This gold feature up on the front of this gives it a lot of detail and looks really cool. Now we're just going to go to the back of the roof as well and just apply the exact same pattern. Now we're ready to do the right and left side of our roof here. So we're going to grab the Kawara roof 2, and we're just going to simply snap in 1 on the right and left side. And then once we have those in, we're going to go on over to Kawara roof 3, where we'll snap 1 of those each on the right and left sides, and then back to Kawara roof 2 to fill out the center. Now we're just going to repeat the exact same pattern on the opposite side. Now build up some stairs and make our way to the top. We're going to take the 2x16x2 palatial support. We're just going to tuck it right in the corner here, and we're going to nudge it over 8 spaces. Now we're putting these on the front roof part, so we're not going to start in the corners of the sides. This is actually the front. We're just going to keep pairing these up and nudging them over 8 spaces until we make our way all the way across. Now you should have 4 of them evenly spaced out, 8 spaces apiece. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the same 2 by 16 by 2, and we're gonna place it down just like that. And we're gonna be able to fit 3 of these in total all the way across the top. This is going to give you a perfect line right up the center. And then for the opposite side here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna line up these pieces with the ones that we already put down, and we're just going to snap those in just like that. Now we're gonna go to railings. We're gonna grab this palatial railing 4, and we're at the actual front of the structure now. We're just gonna line it up behind this pillar and nudge it over 1 like that, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Now we're gonna grab the palatial corners, and we're just gonna place 1 on each side of these fence pieces. Now it's time to join the fence pieces all the way around the outer perimeter. Now in this case, you're not going to be able to use all of the palatial railing 4s. You're going to have to start stepping down to the 2s and the 1s to really fill this out. So just take those pieces and start to make your way around the right and left sides and the rear of the structure until you have a complete railing around the entire thing. Now for your garden plots, there's a number of ways you can go about designing this, but if you want to follow exactly what I do, you're going to start by lining up this front section here with just 3 of the plots. You can easily do this by finding the corners and just starting to make your way towards the opening. And then we're going to build a pattern around this, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. We're going to start to build around towards we reach the actual back, and we're going to leave 1 space completely open. So let's take a look at this pattern. So what you can see now is I have the row of 3 on both sides, and then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep, and then I have 4 running across with that little opening there, and it's the exact same thing on both sides. We're gonna leave that back piece open here to start placing down some chests and statues. Now these chests can be simply used for things like your fertilizer, your soil, as well as some seeds that you can store away in this particular area, which is a really nice touch and makes this a lot more useful. Another thing you can do is start placing statues in the spaces between the actual chests themselves. This gives it a very nice look on the interior of this thing, so when you're hanging out and doing your gardening, it's going to look absolutely awesome. Now, one other thing you can do is knock out the 2 center soil plots on the right and left side. This is going to be a little notch out for where we can put down some benches. Now, the ones I'm using particularly, you can go under your furniture section where the chairs are at, and we're going to go on down to the ancient sofa. Now, this is the red version. There is also a yellow one, but I'm going to be doing the red version on the right and left sides right in these little sections. And then we can go back into the chairs where we're going to grab the ancient throne and put that thing right up in the middle. This is a great place to sit and relax and just soak in the beauty of these builds that you have in your village. Now we're going to go back to our supports and grab palatial pillar 1. We're just going to line it up good and center on this overhang here, and then we're going to nudge it over 8 spaces, and we're going to place 1 down and then just snap another one underneath. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So line it up at the front and then just nudge it over to the right 8 spaces and place 1 more down there just like that. All right, so now we're going to move on to some lighting. We're going to grab these wooden lanterns where I'm placing them back in each corner here. Now I'm going to move my way up front here and just kind of mess around a little bit with some placement. Now you can see I decided that I didn't quite want to cover up this post here. I think that the post adds a lot of extra detail, so I decided to just nudge these over to the left a little bit, and then I'm going to do the same exact placement on the opposite side. Now, I definitely encourage you to get kind of experimental here. So I'm building like a chandelier where I took these umber half walls. These are in the wall section, and I just placed them right up the middle there, evenly spread out from one another. And then my thought process here was, can I just build maybe like a little square box around where I can set some candles on top of? So I just went and grabbed these 12 by 2 by 1 thin floor pieces, and I just simply built an even box around the entire thing. Now, once I had this in, I just basically went into the candles and different various lighting and started to place these things up on top of the actual thing to create more like a makeshift chandelier. And last but certainly not least, this is a garden after all, so we're going to take a bunch of different variations of the seeds that we have. So as you can see, I've got some slatberry, I've got some pepper seeds as well as some snowberry seeds in here, and let these things grow, and now this thing is going to look awesome. All right, all these plants have now grown in, and this thing looks absolutely stunning. I had so much fun putting this together, and I hope you enjoyed this build as well. I'm on my road to 5,000 subs, so if you'd like to help me get there, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another video from me. This is Haskyns signing out. Again, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you in the next one.